Here we go.
I'm good right here.
That's not this type of show. Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Jason Show. Hope you're having a really good morning, and thanks for spending just a little bit of it with us. Please say hello to our good friend. She's your TV friend and mine. It's Kendall. Good morning, Kendall.
I'm your real life friend.
You are my real life friend, yeah. We should also acknowledge once again, like we did, I think, on yesterday's show, it sounds different, doesn't it? There's nobody here except for floor director Evan and photographer Eric, who's just aimlessly walking around the studio for no apparent reason. The reason being is we don't have a student audience today because this is another one of those special editions. We call it we're covering one topic for most of the show. And today, we're really excited. You really helped a lot with this. It's all about Minnesota makers today. Folks that turned kind of a passion into a side hustle or even a full career. Like if they had a craft or maybe they were a painter or they were, maybe they're gardeners, and they turn that into a business via maybe, I was going to say kickboxing, Kickstarter.
I was like kickboxing.
Kickstarter, kickboxing. Kick, yeah. Or social media. So it's all, you're going to meet some amazing Minnesotans today. Have you ever wanted to do anything like a little side hustle?
I never wanted to until I met my husband because he's so into this kind of stuff. Like he would love to just quit his job as an attorney and become someone who owns a business. But I'm like, Lord child, you got a lot of student debt. You should have thought about that before you went to law school.
Ooh, yes.
But this stuff is really, really interesting to me.
Yeah, there's one, I have a side hustle, but there's one that's kind of a dream that maybe I'll do eventually is open, I make biscuits and gravy. And eventually maybe a little, I don't know, I've always dreamed about owning a little restaurant. So maybe that'll be something, maybe that's something I'll do in like the third act of my life or something. I was going to
say, job number 4.
Job number 4, yeah, I don't know. I don't need it right now. But right now, no matter what we do, no matter if we're doing one topic or not, we always start with this. It's called the hot dish. Let's do it. Bloop, 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 bloop. I'm adding that sound effect because usually the crowd applauses here.
Yeah, I was applauding like really close to my microphone for
Thank you. First up today, let's talk music, shall we? Streaming is the current go-to way to listen to music. I know I have it in my AirPods. And for the first time ever, a total of 25 songs have been streamed at least 1 billion times on Spotify. I say that, just take that in for a second. 1 billion times on Spotify. But can you guess which songs have been streamed the most? Well, here's the answer.
I'm in love with the shape of you. We push and pull like a magnet do. Although my heart is falling too. I'm in love with your body. Last night you were in my room.
Look at that! Ed Sheeran's Shape of You is the current king of Spotify. Get this, friends, it's been streamed more than 2 billion times since it was released in January of 2017. 2 years, Kendall.
That's crazy. That's a great song, though. Like,
you know what?
We're both like dancing to it.
I love Ed Sheeran, and I do love this song. But it's unfathomable for me to think that anything has been watched over 1 billion times. That's nuts. Yeah. Sheeran also has a total of 4 songs on the billion streams list, including 2 in the top 5 alone with Thinking Out Loud. Sheeran may have 4 songs in the top 25, but another young star has 5. Who is it? Look at this.
But now I know I'm better sleeping on my own. Cause if you like the way you look that much, oh baby, you should go and love yourself. And if you think
that's right, the Biebs, everybody. Justin Bieber has 5 songs that have been streamed 1 billion times, including this one, Love Yourself. This is one of my favorites of Biebs, I will say. And this one, and then Sorry, and Despacito.
That is my song.
Okay, do you want to know? I do not like Despacito.
What?
I know.
Despacito.
Yeah, whatever. Remember, it was the song of summer, not last year, but the summer before.
Yeah,
I
the
think.
year I got married. I think that's why I love it.
Yeah, I don't know why. I don't hate it, but I was one of them where everybody, including you loved it. I did not love it.
Huh.
You know what I think part of it is? I think on the radio show, we used it to come back from commercial a lot. So I got sick of hearing it.
Yeah, that can happen.
Yeah, the show sometimes ruins songs for me in that way. But hey, the Biebs, Congratulations. Yeah.
The babes.
Only one other act has more than 2 songs on the list. Taylor Dane. No, I'm just joking. Any guesses? Here they are.
So baby, pull me closer in the backseat of your Rover that I know you can't afford. Bite that tattoo on your shoulder, pull the sheets right off.
That's Closer by the Chainsmokers with Halsey. The group has 3 songs on the list. That one has been streamed. This one has been streamed more than 1.5 billion times. This surprised me.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, it kind of does, but I really love it. And the people who listen to Spotify are going to be people who listen to this kind of music.
Yeah, that's a good point. When I saw this list, I was like, really? The Chainsmokers? But no, I guess I like them. They were just here, weren't they, for the NCAA? They were at the Armory, which I still have to go. I have to see a show at that venue. Have you seen a show?
I have not seen a show there. I've only been there for events, but it is so beautiful.
I need to go in there. It just, I'm not a live music fan. I know. And plus, their shows are at like 9 o'clock at night.
I know.
And girl, I'm in bed. Yeah,
past our
I'm in bed by 8:30. Next in the dish, a story about 2 things most of us love: music and food, specifically cheese. A crazy new study, and you know we love nutty studies. Or I should say in this case, cheesy studies. A study out of a college in Switzerland claims, listen to this, folks, cheese tastes better after it's been exposed to music. Not air, not time, music. But not just any music. Cheese reacts well to 90s hip-hop. Thank you.
Cheese and I have that in common.
This is one of those times where I wish I could see what the viewers' faces look like when they're watching the show. This is legit, everybody. Researchers exposed 8 wheels of Swiss cheese to various, I can't believe I'm reading this, to various types of music. The Swiss were exposed, the wheel of Swiss was exposed to Mozart, Led Zeppelin, techno, etc., Cher, Taylor Dane, whatever. After 8 months, they had people try the cheese, and the cheese that was exposed to the song Jazz by A Tribe Called Quest was the clear winner. Scientists are now trying to figure out why. This is ridiculous. I don't think it has anything to do with the song. Maybe, I wonder if everything was equal. Was the air temperature in all the rooms equal? I'm sure it probably was.
I mean, was it like the first piece of cheese they ate? Was it the last one they always ate because then it tasted the best?
Well, but think about it. There's different, each cheese is made up of different things. You know, Swiss has a different kind of makeup than maybe a Munster. So maybe it's that. I don't think it's Run DMC had an effect. But okay, so our producer Jeff gave us a piece of cheese.
This very nice, probably organic, non-homogenized.
Yeah, we decided to put this to the test, everybody. Here we go. I'm going to sample some cheese that the Jason Show research team exposed to 3 different songs. First, the one from the study from A Tribe Called Quest. Okay.
Listen up, cheesy.
Okay, I mean, it tastes good, but I like this is pepper jack. Okay, the next one, do we have another? Oh, keep eating. Okay, go ahead. Next up, some cheesy pop from Britney Spears.
Britney definitely tastes the best.
This tastes like it's lip syncing. Yeah. Okay. Finally.
Ooh.
Finally, Cher. Hold on, one more verse. Okay.
Jason wanted one more verse.
That is a clear winner right there.
Yeah,
My cheese reacts the best to Cher.
Cher cheese.
And anybody shocked by that, I'll give you $100. Okay. I think I need some water after that. Hold on a minute.
No, don't worry. I think the Cher cheese really
It did. Cher was a clear winner for me. I can't believe we just did that. Next in the dish, as we approach wedding season, many couples getting ready to walk down the aisle are also planning a honeymoon, which is almost as stressful. But it seems a new trend is going to maybe help that. Separate honeymoons is the trend. A recent article in the New York Times looked at what's now being called unimoons.
Oh, gosh.
Or solo moons.
Oh, word.
Basically, a couple gets married, then they take separate vacations, either by themselves or with friends. One of the big reasons for the trend is couples can't agree on a destination. Others do it out of convenience because their work schedules may not match up. Okay, but I'm thinking, I get it in a normal year, because like, for instance, I get more vacation time than Colin.
Right.
So we don't always match up. But during your honeymoon, during the first year, I think you try to match that up. I think your bosses would understand.
Right. I feel like bosses are really nice. It's like the one time that they're like, yes, just go celebrate your marriage. And if you really cannot choose a location together,
you maybe probably shouldn't be married.
Come on.
Yeah.
Come on.
I don't like, look, I like to travel by myself. Colin does not. Like, again, it's the only child in me. I like to, I wouldn't mind. Yeah, but not at a honeymoon. A honeymoon's to be with the person you just married.
Like, why do we have to give this a name? Why don't we just call it vacation?
We have to give a name to everything. Let's be clear. Think about us. We give names to everything. But no, this is dumb. Don't do this. Yeah.
So dumb.
Lots more to come, everybody. Grab another cup of coffee, and we'll be back right after this. Today on The Jason Show, it's all about Minnesota makers. We're going to look at ways people are turning side hustles and passion into full-time careers. Meet two guys who turned a woodworking hobby into the successful company Uptown Woodworks, creating custom art out of wood. Plus, a local mother of 5 teaches herself to sew and now creates one-of-a-kind clothes for kids. The incredible story of House of Knots coming up. And her art is found in homes around the world, and she creates it right here in Minnesota. Artist Colleen O'Connor is here showing off her awesome landscape art. Meet these Minnesota makers today on The Jason Show. Welcome back, everybody, to our special Minnesota Maker Show. Here's the deal. I've said this many times doing this show. One of the reasons I love doing it is showcasing folks that take their passion, kind of their dream, and turn it into a job, a career, a side hustle. I mean, literally, I turned what I loved into a job, and here we are. And that brings us to today's guest. She is the editor-in-chief of Twin Cities Business Magazine, and she's going to talk to us about how you can turn your passion into a side hustle. Hello, Allison Kaplan.
Hello.
How this seems like this is not a new phenomenon. People have had side jobs forever, but the side hustle's popularity seems to be a new thing.
Right.
Am I right?
It used to be called moonlighting.
Moonlighting.
Many moons ago.
Many moons ago, yes.
So today, the estimate is 44 million Americans have a side hustle, meaning they have a day job and then they have a passion-fueled thing that they're doing on the side. Maybe to make extra money, but more likely today, it's just about doing the thing that feeds your soul, the thing you wish you were doing. And I think it's a shift in just the way we think about work. The dream used to be landing the big corporate gig with the benefits.
And staying there for 50 years.
Exactly. Today, the dream is being your own boss. We think about Shark Tank, we've really glamorized entrepreneurship. Entrepreneurs are the new rock stars. Everybody wants to be in Silicon Valley, to have a startup, to have some open lofted office and do their own thing.
Bethany Frankel, everyone wants to do a skinny girl margarita. Yeah.
Yes.
And aren't we finding it too, not so much for our generation, but this is incredibly, I was reading in the Wall Street Journal, this is incredibly important for millennials, for young people.
100%. I mean, for sure, they don't plan to stay at one company. They aren't even sure they want to go to a company. They'll give it all up in a heartbeat, and studies show that they'll take less money if they can find meaning and passion in what they're doing.
And the employers are listening up, because you have found the big employers are becoming more tolerant. Because,
they have to.
Because back in the day, they were like, you can't work for 2 companies.
They have to. You know, hiring is hard today. It's a tight job market. And if you want good people, you have to understand that those people might want to do your job and do another job on the side. Sometimes it all works together, and sometimes it can be good for the bigger employer, but employers are definitely becoming more flexible.
There are different ways to become an entrepreneur. And one of them is probably the most familiar. I have several friends. Kickstarter. For folks who don't know what it is Allison?
Crowdfunding.
Yeah.
I mean, literally, instead of going out for VC money, investment dollars, it's literally putting up a website and saying, here's the product, here's the problem we're trying to solve. Do you want to get on for the ride? Do you want to help us? And amazingly, and it really does amaze me, people do it.
Because what's the benefit? I mean, I mean, people give prizes and stuff sometimes.
Sometimes there's a T-shirt.
Yeah.
Sometimes
there's a stuffed animal.
Sometimes there's like a teeny tiny stake in a company. But more often than not, it's about pride. It's about people wanting to see individuals succeed and follow their dreams. They think it's a great idea and they want to support that. There are people who will comb Kickstarter every day looking for businesses that they want to, kind of like cottage investors that they want to invest in. So that's a big game changer. That made it possible for a lot of people who couldn't go and get a bank loan, who couldn't get investors, to get just enough money to get something made, to do the prototype, to open the store.
Talking about game changers, social media. I mean, it used to just be to tell your opinion on last night's Survivor, and now people are making millions of dollars off social media.
Right. I mean, we have the ability now to create a brand in a heartbeat. You open a new Instagram account, a new Twitter handle, you can build your own brand. You don't have to go to an outside entity. It doesn't have to cost you anything. And so many makers today are kind of getting their traction by their own organic growth on social.
Which is crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, you can start a t-shirt company and put them on social
But that's how people are shopping. That's how people are getting their information when they're not watching your show, of course. Yes, or reading my magazine.
Or reading your magazine, I was going to say it.
But I think that, it's just a total shift in the way we consume information and in the way we consume goods.
Pop-ups, the third way. What, for people who don't know, because I'm sure that's not, I'm familiar with the term, what is it?
So it's the idea of a retail experience that isn't in a store. People aren't going to malls like they used to.
Sad for us. Allison, it's sad, isn't it? Let's just take a moment. I miss the mall boom days.
The mall isn't what it was, but the mall is always going to exist because I think that people still want to gather. They want to go to a place, but today they want to have an experience.
Yeah.
We're not going to the mall because we need a new pair of shoes. We can just click on our phone and have them delivered to our house. We're going because we want to be together, because we want to see something. And so I think a lot of makers have been really smart about recognizing that it's the touch and feel and it's the story. And more than ever, people care about the story. Where is it made? Why did you start this company? Oh, you make it with your grandma in your kitchen? Oh my gosh. People want those stories.
And people can have those conversations in a pop-up. If you're just opening like a restaurant for a weekend, you go to a communal kitchen, you go to a place.
First of all, it creates that demand, that urgency. You got to get there because it's not always going to be there. And it's just created this community among DIYers and kind of given them a platform. Now you see malls doing pop-ups. You see malls inviting, smaller retailers to giving them short-term leases. They've got to change.
Yeah.
The Gaps aren't going to own the mall anymore.
They're closing.
They've got to adjust and acclimate and invite smaller businesses to come in.
20 seconds, your editor-in-chiefness of Twin Cities Business Magazine-ness, your best advice for someone starting a business in any of those three areas. What's your best advice?
I think have a plan. Know what you want to be.
Which sounds simple, but it's not simple.
Yeah, I mean, put it down on paper. And if you want this to be a business as opposed to just a passion project, really think about what that's going to take, how you're going to scale. If you get people to want your product, are you able to make that product? And really think about what happens and what the next steps might be. Set it up right from the start.
She knows it. Allison Kaplan from Twin Cities Business Magazine. Pick up a current issue at a store, a regular brick and mortar store, or go to tcbmag.com. When we come back, everybody, our Minnesota Makers Show continues with one of my favorite Minnesota Maker stores and one of my other favorite places, the Mall of America. We'll visit that when we return. Hey everybody, welcome back to our Minnesota Makers Show. The Mall of America is full of big name brands seen all over the world, but there are also, and I love that they've been doing this more and more recently, there are also plenty of stores that you'll find only in Minnesota. Many of them are inside one storefront on the second level south. Or if you see me there, I'll tell you exactly where it is. It's called Four Post, and it features an ever-changing selection of products from Minnesota companies. Kendall went to see what's new for spring 2019.
This episode is all about people who make things who are crafty and cool and have their own businesses. So we had to come to the Mall of America to Four Post to check out over 55 different brands are here. Check it out. We're still one thing though, trying to figure out what all of these cool balls are for. I'm not cool enough to understand all that. But it's a very easy visual for all of you to know where you're going. All right, so I obviously had to make my first stop because duh. Look at this stuff. Macaroons. This is Dearest Baker. Cynthia.
Hello.
You own this place. Why did you start making macaroons?
I'm not a baker by trade. I actually don't know how to bake at all.
What?
Yeah, I just was not
So I
interested
shouldn't eat
at all.
this?
So
Just kidding.
well, now you can. Now you can. To a cafe and bought a macaron, and it was just really bad. It was really sucky and not good. Yeah, so I was like, you know, I'm gonna try and make my own. And then friends and family were like, Cynthia, we want some. It's like, are you guys sure? Like, I don't know if I'm ready to do this. They're like, yes, we want some. Like, start selling it. And so that's how it started.
I need to eat. What's the best one?
Perfect. Taro is a huge favorite of ours and all of our customers. And it's funny because the flavor is dependent upon your palate.
What?
So it's like our ambiguous flavor.
I put Frank's Red Hot on everything. But it tastes good with Frank's. That's the question.
It very well could be very good with
My
Frank's,
palate
yeah.
could make it okay.
It could be.
Okay. That was so good.
Did you like it?
I'm not playing. Like, these are like my favorite desserts, and I'm like, that was so good. We ate. Now we're going to smell. Get the sensory overload. This is the Excelsior Candle Company. So, which one's your favorite? I have to know.
I'd have to say the amethyst one. I believe that's right.
Oh, conveniently located right under my left shoulder. You guys, I don't even try. This just happens. Oh, girl. It smells
It's
like,
kind of like fruity.
yeah, it smells like summer and like a drink on the patio. Of course, I like bring it back to alcohol. So embarrassing.
When I started thinking about what I wanted to do with my life, I wanted to have a passion for what I was doing. Clothes is something I enjoy. Love to figure out what I want to wear, what outfits to put together.
Give me the run through of the pieces here.
So here's like a thicker winter sweatshirt that you would have, and then I layered it with what I'm actually have on, and it's the green lighter weight sweatshirt.
Oh, it's so soft. It's like butter, like a sheep's bottom. Sounds really disgusting when I say it that way. Don't include that. It's definitely making the cut.
Kendall joins me now. I love that they did this because, you know, Mall of America used to get a lot of flack because it was like, oh, when the Mall of America came in, all the local stores, you know, were damaged. They're really embracing more than ever local vendors. And I think it's a win for both parties.
Absolutely. And there were international companies there. There were nationally recognized brands, but the local stuff is honestly what I was most attracted to. Like, you see Excelsior and you're like, oh, I wonder what that is. I've been there, you know. So supporting those businesses, knowing that you're helping the local economy is really cool. Plus their products are actually really
They're
neat.
awesome. Yeah. So tourists watching, go see Four Post. Four Post on the second level south of the Mall of America. Still to come, we're getting to know the people behind the locally made products. That's what today is all about. After the break, the two guys who turned a love of woodworking into a hugely successful business, creating works of art using, well, wood. We'll be right back, everybody. Stay with us. Back in a moment. Well, wood. Welcome back, everybody. We are celebrating Minnesota makers today on the show. I'm loving this. This is great. Y'all are going to want all of this stuff at the end of the show. And don't worry, it'll live forever on YouTube. It's only been a few years since two local guys realized they needed some They needed art on their walls of the apartment that they shared in Uptown. Well, one project got the notice of some friends. And now, as they say, the rest is history. They're now the owners of the company Uptown Woodworks. Joining me are the guys behind the company, Garrett and Harrison. Hey, guys.
Thanks for having us here.
Oh, no, this was, I got to tell you, I love stuff like this. And this, you're going to see it in a second. You see a little bit of it down there in the front of your screen. But this is beautiful. Did it really start by the fact that y'all had no wall, you had no art on the walls?
Yeah, we became roommates in Uptown, and we got in there, and we shortly realized we were staring at a bunch of blank walls. And right at about the same time, I had joined a makerspace.
And what is that?
So for the people out there who don't know, a makerspace is essentially like a gym, but instead of fitness equipment, they have equipment to make things. So 3D printers, saws, laser cutters. So we pay a monthly fee to use that space.
It's like a communal kitchen if you were like doing a pop-up restaurant. Okay. Yeah. So you were doing that, and then so you thought, well, hell, I'm taking these classes. I'll make my own stuff.
Yeah, so one of the first, needs we had was to make something for our walls.
And we're showing you the graphic right now. This is the Minneapolis, oh, there it is right there. So that skyline picture, correct me if I'm wrong, so did your friends would come over and notice it and was like, who made that?
Yeah, that was the first piece we made.
Yeah, well, actually, Garrett brought it home, and I was really blown away by it. I was thinking, if you can make that, and we're just limited to a computer file, we can really make anything. So, we started to make some other things for the place as well, and just ideate on some ideas. And then finally, we really wanted to just try and prove the concept out, and find somewhere where we could go sell it.
Did you so literally the germ of the idea happened with that skyline picture?
Yes.
That was it?
That was it.
Is it still hanging up somewhere? Do you guys still have it?
We actually sold it.
Yeah.
Shut up! I hope you got, the more famous you get, I hope you all got some money for it. Okay, so Leo's taking a pretty wide shot down here. I just want to get down here. Look at all of this stuff, guys. How long, like this one right here, do you guys come up with all the designs, or like if someone comes to you and says, hey, I want the state of Minnesota, and here are my colors, do you work with people, or are these all of your original ideas there?
So we do both.
Yeah, you do both, okay.
What I want to stress to people out there watching is we specialize in doing custom wooden wall art for folks, but at the same time we also create our own designs, and we make the designs that we create available for purchase right from our website.
Mm-hmm. There's that Minneapolis right there.
Yeah. So if you saw one of the designs we make, you can have that made larger or smaller. You could change the colors. You could personalize it with like your last name or something to that extent.
That is how long? What are you doing right there? What was that? Is that like the tracing of the element?
Yeah. So that machine's called a CNC router. We put the design file into the computer, and then a computer-controlled drill bit essentially cuts out the design.
It's really crazy.
You're just limited to.
Oh, no, wait a minute. That is fantastic. Look at this. Look at the Death Star. Okay, now was that an original idea, or did someone order that?
So someone just came to us with that design idea, and so we mocked it up on the computer for them, for approval. And then once we had approval, we moved forward with it and created it for their new newborn's room.
That is for a newborn's room? Okay, if I had a baby, that would be. So, and then down here, this is just like the Minnesota hockey. That is absolutely beautiful, guys. Oh, now let's hold up some of these. I'm not going to touch a thing. So you guys, can we start with this one? This is gorgeous, guys.
Yeah. So this is, we like to create things with some local flavor that appeal to Minnesotans like ourselves.
So beautiful.
This is one piece we came up with.
Hello, Duluth. Our show is up in Duluth. Look at this. Y'all want this. I know all of you in Duluth are going to want this hanging. This is beautiful.
We've actually done this in colors of UMD and a few other schools up there too. People just had the idea and came to us and wanted it for themselves.
Well, let me ask you. This is a good, like someone's, because they can see kind of this compared to the size of my head. If they want this in a smaller size, can they do that too?
Yep.
Because I always try to think of what people are asking. So, okay, we have about a minute left. I want to get to the other ones real quick. Again, I ain't touching nothing. Okay. Oh, that's beautiful. Look at this, guys. That's gorgeous. So is this an original, or was this something that was ordered?
By us. We made different world maps. This just happens to be one of them that Garrett made for his own place.
Oh, so thank you for taking it off your wall. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
And then is that the Minneapolis skyline or a version of it?
Yep.
Okay, let's see that. It's not the original, because like we said, that thing was sold.
Yeah, this is just a different color scheme of the original Minneapolis skyline.
I love this. Did you guys, I'm big on logos. I bet it was a cool feeling to see your logo hanging up in a store, in a pop-up. I bet that was a nice moment for you guys.
It's definitely a cool feeling, just seeing that people really resonate with it and like what we do. It's also great to know that if we create a design and hopefully other people like it, that's another good thing.
It's fantastic. Garrett and Harrison from Uptown Woodworks. For more information, they're right in the bottom of your screen. Head to uptownwoodworks.com. And like I said, we're going to post all of these segments on our Facebook page a little bit later. After the break, she taught herself to sew and created her own children's clothing business. This is not a joke. Meet this impressive mom next. And later, a local woman who turned her passion for painting into a successful business with pieces sold around the world. Our special edition Minnesota Bakers will be back right after this. Stay with us. Thank you, guys. Welcome back to our show celebrating people who followed their passion. You know I love this, and went into business for themselves. Well, our next guest is a mother of five, who learned to sew by herself watching YouTube videos. 2 years later, she is selling out like quickly, girl, selling out of her custom-made children's clothing. Welcome the creator of House of Knots, Renee Horner. Hi, Renee.
Hi, Jason.
I love your story. Well, I always love a story like this where someone finds a passion, they turn into a business. But correct me if I'm wrong. You came into our orbit because of Kindle, right?
Yes. A lot of people were posting my shop and my name under one of the posts that she had made on your Facebook page, looking for people that had like unique jobs, and I got flooded with people tagging me.
Oh, seriously? Yeah, because for people who don't know, we asked, and we still do, we are asking people with cool jobs to have Kindle do them for 24 hours. I forgot what we're calling it. 24 hours of Kindle, I don't know. What is it called?
Try my 9 to 5.
Try my 9 to 5, and that's how it happened. Well, I got to tell you, I'm thrilled that you came into our orbit. Why children's clothing?
Well, I have 5 kids.
Yeah. And there we go. That's it. That's the answer. That's all we need to know.
That's pretty much it. Kids' clothes are expensive, and they're hard on them, and it just got to the point where I wanted to do a hobby, and it just spiraled from there.
Okay. Now, you're being very humble. Most people are like, okay, we want to get a hobby, but you really took it. You are busy. You have 5 kids. Did you really learn to sew from YouTube?
What had happened was I had my 4th son, Lincoln.
Okay.
And
Great
I was
name,
seeing,
by the way.
thank you.
I love Lincoln, yeah.
I was seeing all these cute clothes, but I just didn't have the money for it. And then Joanne Fabrics was offering a sewing class. So I asked my mom, I said, you know, no presents for Christmas. Can you just pay for this sewing class for me? It was 1 hour. They showed me how to use the machine that I got secondhand, actually. And started from there and started looking at YouTube, and that was 2 years ago.
Okay, so look, I have not seen these. Everyone kept telling me how cute these pictures are. As I say, come back to the TV. Renee, look at this. Look at these. Are these all your babies?
No, they're not.
I was like,
those are some of that's my daughter, Marley.
Oh my goodness, Renee.
Yeah, everything from head to toe is House of Knots.
This is, now I know why they told me not to watch until the show. These are some of the cutest. Y'all come back to the TV. You got to see this. Okay, so let's look at some of these designs.
Yes, of course.
And I love that you did this so much. Okay, let's start over here. What are we looking at
over here? We are looking at one of our floral pullovers. Very lightweight. Minnesota gets cold, but also you want to be cute and stylish. So this is very lightweight. You could wear it with, you know, collared shirt, some leggings.
And Renee, price point? I mean, because you know what it's like to be a mom, and you want to keep it. So is your price point reflect that?
I look at everybody's situation when pricing things, because I know that I like to have cute stuff, but with 5 kids, I can't afford everything.
Who can?
So prices range from $9 to $36.
I love that. Okay, and what's this? Look how cute.
These are little diaper covers. You can wear these underneath a dress. You could wear them with leggings. I like to put leggings on my daughter with this, and she wears it over her diaper.
It's so cute. Is this a little onesie?
A little bodysuit.
Little bodysuit?
Yep.
I don't know, onesie. I don't know. Renee, I do not have children. I have a dog. Yeah.
A little bodysuit. Everything that I make, I take into consideration matching. I want it to be able to match different pieces that we offer, so you can get a lot of wear out of it.
Okay, now before we look at these, let me look at my card here, because I want to get this right. You sold out of your last order, correct me if I'm wrong, in 30 minutes?
Yes.
Okay, I mean, sincerely, crew, yes. We don't have an audience today. What happened? Let me ask you, when that happened and you saw the totals coming in, did you think about the first moment? Did you go back and go, I have gone from just Joanne Fabric sew class to, I mean, that's fantastic for you.
It was insane. I remember just kind of looking at the website. The website actually crashed, and there was people on the website when I closed it, because I'm only one person. I have to sew all this stuff still. So I ended up having to close the website.
Yeah. Renee, let me tell you, it's going to crash again when people see this. I'm saying, okay, we have about a minute. I want to get to the rest of them real quick. Look at this one.
So we also make little knee-high socks for babies. So cute. Go right up to the knee. Can wear these with the diaper covers.
Again, everything matches,
Yep,
multiple
everything
things.
matches. These are where we got our name from, knots, because we make little turban hats.
So cute. You almost make me want to have a kid. I'm serious, Renee. You almost. Yes.
We also have organic knit knotted bows. Everything for our bows is organic and knit.
And then finally switch places
here. And then
here.
these are part of our summer line that's going to be debuting here soon. We have some leggings. We always use the stretch waistband instead of elastic because I feel like that's better on little
waists,
bellies.
little waists, and they'll probably last a little bit longer too because they grow so far. Well, will you please come back?
Of course,
this was
yes.
I love a story like this, and I don't know you, but I'm so proud of you.
Thank
I think
you
it's
so
so
much.
good. Renee Horner from House of Knots. To learn more about Renee and her creations, and y'all are going to want to head to her Instagram page, House of Knots with an _ and get that order in quick. Well, from one successful woman to another, after the break, meet a local artist who works out of her attic studio in St. Paul to create one-of-a-kind landscape art. We're going to take a break. We'll be back after this. Thank you so much. What a pleasure. This is... Welcome back, everybody, to our Minnesota Maker Show. I am loving this. We are celebrating the creative people who followed their passion and turned a hobby into a business. Our next guest turned heartbreak into success. I love those stories. By turning to painting. You broke up with me, I will paint your... Now her pieces are sold literally around the world. Please welcome artist Colleen Elizabeth. Hello.
Hi.
Okay.
Thanks for having me.
No, thank you for being here. I love a good heartbreak story. I don't want to be blocked by your beautiful work here.
I know.
But, give me the Reader's Digest version. Was it like someone did you wrong?
I mean, I lived with like my first boyfriend, and it was this like, I was young.
Yeah.
And when it was over, I was like lonely, and I didn't have a lot of stuff going on, and I had painted previously a lot, and sort of tucked my supplies away during this relationship. And as I was sad, I pulled them back out, and they started to make me feel so good. And I wasn't painting these landscapes like I am now. So that was definitely an evolution.
Were you painting like black crows and black roses and stuff like that?
I was honestly painting portraits of girls crying.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, so it was very emotional.
Okay.
But it is where I really started to play with color and the idea of mixing before I put paint on canvas.
I love it. Adele writes songs when you paint women who cry.
And then I build an empire, and then I'm the winner.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Bloop. Where's the X's now? Just gonna say. No, but okay, so where did this, we gotta give credit where credit's due. I always say this, I hate when people on TV act like other TV people don't exist. Matt Brickman from WCCO, our executive producer. Hi, Matt. Matt's a really nice guy. Our executive producer saw that Matt had one of your, and he has one of these your landscapes, right?
Yeah, yep.
Where did the landscape thing start?
Sure. So, like I said, I was painting some portrait work, and we have a cabin in Minnesota, and it was the car rides there where I'd roll the window down.
Come back to the TV, everybody. Here's some of the work.
And I would have my camera out, right? And I would take pictures, and as the world sort of whizzed by, I was painting these really sharp lines and these really cool, so it almost has movement, and it feels like you're walking into it, sort of as we, as you move your car by. So it just continued to evolve.
I love that one, Colleen. Now, are these all that we're looking at, are these all sold?
Yes.
These are all at Matt Brickman's house?
Honestly, I wish. I would love that. Yeah, most of my work sells pretty quickly. I run kind of a big Instagram community.
Yeah.
So as things get posted, things sell. All of this work here is from a local Minnesota gallery.
Okay.
So Highway North in Marine on St. Croix. She was sweet enough to let me swoop in and take things off her wall.
Sorry, we'll bring it back, we promise. Okay, like this one, again, this one in front of you, inspired by a car trip, probably.
Yeah,
am I
absolutely.
I'm trying to decipher your art.
I know,
So,
and it's that beautiful sky, almost a field, below, and probably some trees I see in there. And this is actually a print on canvas. So this one is our only non-original, something I painted and I reproduce.
And then down here, Director Leo, if we can pull out a little bit, because this is beautiful. Or Eric will get a shot. What are we looking at down here? What was it? That looks like another road trip, Colleen.
You know what this is, actually?
What?
One of my friends had this amazing wedding.
Okay.
Where they were like standing in a field and there was all these mountains and this gorgeousness happening. And I eliminated them from their own photos. and painted their background because it was so pretty. So
well, we're glad to be at your wedding. We're going to use you and take you out of your own photos.
Thanks, guys.
No, tell me, they were telling me something. You just literally got back from San Diego for a makers conference.
Yep.
And
I did.
What is a makers conference, first of all, can I ask you?
So,
this show is about Minnesota makers.
Yeah, it's actually a company called the Crafters Box. They're based out of San Diego, and they call it slow crafting.
Okay.
So it's the concept that, it's not just like the clearance stuff at Michael's. It's these like really, nice, real artist tools, and it comes in a subscription once a month.
Oh.
And they feature one maker in that month. So I don't know my month yet, but I'll be a featured artist, and you'll be painting 3 of the minis, so this size.
Okay, like this.
So 3 of these, yep. And you get a palette of 6 colors.
You're looking at the set right now, guys.
And I teach you how to paint. So this is paint by number kits that I also sell on my website. The subscription box is a little bit different, but it's really the same concept where I want you guys to dig your hands in and get dirty.
So if we can put the picture back up. So the paint by number set, it works, I'm just assuming.
Yeah.
It's a paint. I used to do this in the 80s. So but with Smurfs.
Yes.
So this is what I think it is, right?
Yeah.
I paint by a number that you give me.
Absolutely. Yeah. So all of the paint is hand mixed by me in my studio at home. I usually cap the kit at 10, so I'll make 10 at a time because it's complicated and a lot of work. And then I sell them on my website, and you get a canvas, you get the colors, you get a couple brushes and some instructions. And you pretty much get access to me at that point, too, through email and all that good stuff. So
I say this a lot, and I've said it probably 8,000 times each guest during this hour. I have so much respect for folks like you that, like, take a leap. I mean, your leap, the catalyst was heartbreak.
Sure.
Whatever, dude. Whatever, yeah. But this, is it scary?
Yeah.
Was it scary the moment you're like,
Absolutely.
because you're full time, this is it.
Yes.
It's not like you're working at Jimmy John's and then doing this. This is your,
This is
I
it.
don't know why I pulled out Jimmy John's.
I don't either.
I don't either, but anyway, but this is your full-time gig. Was it scary?
Yeah, I mean, super scary. I recently graduated from college and wanted to do creative marketing. I knew I wanted to be creative. And as I just dug deeper and deeper, I knew that there was nothing else I could do. Nothing else.
No, and I love that, and you followed through, and I'm so glad that you're here. Please come back.
Anytime.
Yeah,
I love being here. This is so fun.
And I'm going to buy some from you. I'm going to get the exact ones that Matt Brickman have. And so,
Perfect.
We wear sometimes the same suit. Like he
I
has
love
the
it.
suit. So I'm going to buy exactly what he bought.
And I know exactly, I made it, so I can do it.
Thank
Absolutely.
you.
Thank
Colleen
you.
Elizabeth. And to learn more about Colleen and her art, go to Colleen Elizabeth Art, right?
Yes.
.com, right there at the bottom of your screen. We'll be back with a look at some of my own DIY efforts over the last 4 seasons. Right after. You don't want to stay for this one. I promise. Yeah. Do I have to wear that?
Yeah, I mean, we got to get you suited.
It's like suspenders.
Plenty of room. You're going to need a pencil. You never know, a pen. Tape measures, throw that in a pouch or pocket. Because we have to measure things, we have to cut things.
I'm totally out of my element here.
You don't look like it.
You hush.
I think we'll look for like a 2x6.
I don't know what 2x6 means. Is this a 2x6?
That's a 2x6.
Look at that.
Russ on 2x6.
2x6.
You know where the 2 is?
I have no idea.
Where's the 2?
I have no. This is
Where's
the 2.
the 6?
This is a 2 right here. This is the 6. This is a 2x6.
God, you're learning so quick.
I know. This looks frightening.
Well,
I don't even know what this is.
This right here is a saw. It's just a miter saw. We're trying to start fresh here.
This right here is a saw. Safety first, children. Don't try this at home on a, what the hell is this? A saw, what kind of saw?
It's a compound miter.
Sound the count. Do I keep pressing down?
Yeah, all the way.
Look, Mom, I cut wood.
And you did a great job.
Look at
That's
that.
a perfect cut.
Look at that clean line. Look at that.
What did you do?
I didn't do anything.
Now we got to do it. Start over.
We have to. Oh. Take 15.
And
no, it broke again.
I don't know it. Brock, there's something wrong with your wood here.
The magic of television. We're just gonna say that was a perfect piece of wood. Okay, so here we are with the wood that I cut myself.
So we got saw number 2 today.
And we
it's
have
called a jigsaw.
So is that it? That's the device?
That's it.
I follow the line. I jigsaw around the line.
Yep, you're gonna get jiggy with it with the jigsaw.
Okay.
So I'll hold the board.
Do you really want to be on the other end of a saw that I'm operating?
That's a good question.
Yeah, I don't think you really do.
I'll get a clamp.
Okay.
It's got a little kickback.
Set it on the wood,
Yeah.
and you're gonna follow that line.
Which line? There's a lot of lines.
Just pick one.
Okay, I'm scared. I can't do it. You gotta take over.
That's pretty good though.
I'll take care of this. Chase, you show him with the nail gun. I'll do.
A nail gun I can do.
Yeah, so now you can only put a nail through your finger, not cut them off.
Thank you, yeah.
We gotta make this safe for the big man. All right.